Hello everybody. In this video we're going to learn how to write an acrostic poem. An acrostic poem is when the theme of the poem is spelled down the side of the page and the words or sentences then begin with each one of those letters. For example, if we wrote an acrostic poem about cats, we'd write cats down the side. And then the first line needs to begin with a word beginning with C. The second line needs to begin with a word beginning with A, the third with T, and the fourth with S. The easiest way, I think, to do this is to think of adjectives that begin with each of those letters. Adjectives that describe cats, obviously. So I sat down and I thought about my cats and I came up with some adjectives to describe them. I was thinking mainly about their character. So my cats are clever and charming and cute and cuddly. I'm not quite sure which of those adjectives I'm going to use yet. I'm just brainstorming some ideas. Here are the words I thought of that begin with an A. Acrobatic, active, aloof. They're pretty snooty, my cats. They don't really want to come and say hello. Taloned. They've got great big claws. Tricky. They're quite cheeky. And timid. They're quite frightened of strangers. In fact, they don't even want to come and sit on my knee. And lastly, adjectives that begin with an S. Sleepy, soft, and satisfied. So my job now is to choose one, or you could choose 2 or 3, I guess, but I choose one of those adjectives to make my acrostic poem. So I've written cats down the side and I'm going to choose charming. You need to remember, though, not to include that C of charming in your poem because that's a charming. You need to cross out the C so that charming begins with a capital letter. So charming, aloof, timid, and satisfied. There's a simple acrostic poem about my cats. Now, to make it more challenging, you could choose 2 adjectives and include a comma between each one, or you could include an adverb before the adjective. So I've got cats down the side. There are my chosen adjectives. And now I need to think of an adverb also beginning with C-A-T-S. So I chose cheerfully. My cats are cheerfully charming. So now I've also written an alliterative phrase. Both my words begin with the same sound, 2 ch words. Remember to not include that first C, cheerfully charming. Now I need an adverb beginning with an A. Annoyingly. My cats are annoyingly aloof. They really don't want to have anything to do with anybody in the family as long as we feed them. T. Finding adjectives and adverbs beginning with a T that suit a cat was actually quite difficult. In the end, I came with teasingly timid. You think they're going to come and sit on your knee and then they run away. S was a lot easier. Sleepily satisfied. My cats spend an awful lot of time fast asleep. So now we have an acrostic poem that's made up of an adverb and an adjective. If you choose to begin with an adverb, then your adjective doesn't need to begin with the same letter, but it's better if it does. So the third kind of acrostic poem you could write involves writing phrases or sentences, not just adjectives and adverbs. So you need to think of more ideas. I chose to write one about summer because as I'm doing this, it's beautifully sunny outside and I want to go and sit in that gorgeous sunshine. It's quite common to begin that first line with the word of the poem that you're writing about. So to begin it with summer. So I put summer is my favourite season. It really is my favourite season. Now, something beginning with a U. What words can I think of beginning with a U? Understand. I can't think of a phrase that might start with that word understand. Usually maybe. What about under? under hot sunshine and blue skies. That's my favourite kind of summer day. Now, I need 2 sentences or phrases beginning with an M. Magical warm evenings. I love sitting outside until it gets dark at about 10 o'clock when it's nice and warm. Making memories. I often sit outside with my family. E. Early, exciting. Everyone or everybody outside. We all sit outside on those warm evenings, relishing the warmth and the light. It's my favourite time of year. So now we have an acrostic poem about summer. It's more than just adjectives and adverbs. It's got phrases, it's got sentences, and it all comes together to talk about summer. That's something you need to remember. You can't just pick any word that begins with an S or a U. It's got to make a story, if you like, about your theme, and in this case, about summer. So, with that information, it's your turn to have a go. I've made a list of simple instructions. The first one, decide whether you want to write a positive or a negative acrostic poem, because that will influence your choice of vocabulary. You could then brainstorm some adjectives and some adverbs. Using a sensors wheel will make it much, much easier. The poems I wrote about the cats were just about their character. It wasn't really what I could see or touch or smell. But remember, that word feel has got to do with touch and to do with emotions. How does it make you feel? How do they feel? Finally, you need to decide, are you just going to write single words? Are you going to write phrases? Or are you going to write sentences? Single words is a lot easier, but you could challenge yourself. Have a go at writing 2 different acrostic poems about the same theme. Good luck, everybody. Give it a go. Your teachers are eagerly awaiting your acrostic poems this week. We can't wait to see what you've come up with. There's some help in your writing pack this week. Have a read through that and then email us your final acrostic poems. Bye for now.